Hello, welcome back to episode 3 of CRYBABY with myself, Katie Fear, and Sky Wyvern. Oh, sorry, you introduced yourself.
Sky Wyvern,
hi. Yeah, we've had a little bit of break. Sky was sickies, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we are back and we're going to read, I think this is one big long story, right?
Yes, yeah, it's pretty lengthy.
Yep.
Yes, and they also added a lot of edits to
Okay.
kind of update the Redditors and whatnot. So, should we just jump in?
Yeah, so
Ready?
this is another horror story
Okay.
from TTRPG Horror Stories Reddit.
Yes, so, yeah, my DM is trying to do something, and I think it's a bad sign. So they moved the edit number 3 to the top. So this is going to the beginning, because I have to tell multiple people. The initial post is about the rule the DM wanted to implement.
Mm-hmm.
The first edit that they have is about the other issue I have with them.
Okay.
And the second edit is why I'm still with the group currently. However, with the final edit at the beginning, said they finally left the group.
Okay, so a lot of chop and change.
Yes. So, original post. Here we go. So my DM just pitched a system he wants to implement into his campaigns. He calls it a CRYBABY system. To sum it up, whenever a player has a complaint about something in the game, like a bad dice roll, a difficult encounter, the enemy's AC, etc., he, as the DM, will give us a CRYBABY point, which he can cash in at any time to nullify a player's roll at any point in the future of the campaign.
Oh no, that is such a okay.
I hate that.
I hate it.
I hate it already. Oh man. I believe strongly that this sets a really bad precedent and encourages other rules like it to follow. I would like opinions from others on the matter. Am I overreacting? So that was the initial post.
Yeah.
And then edit number 1, the other issues that he has with them, and there's a long laundry list here. So
They've opened up a can
Hi
of
there.
worms by the sounds of it.
yes, yes. Hi there. I didn't expect this to get so many responses. I've never had this happen before, so yeah. I've got some additional stuff on the DM here. I don't like him as a person. This isn't the first sign I had, just the first one I needed advice on. I was having a conversation with my fellow players shortly before posting, and everyone was in support of the DM. The DM claims he won't use it for petty reasons. However, I don't think that matters because there's nothing stopping him from doing so. Although my points were heard and agreed with by one person, ultimately they wanted to give the rule a chance. As for the past signs of him being toxic, I'm trans pretty openly, and this DM is pretty much the only person that doesn't use my pronouns at and off table. Oh boy.
Ugh.
In fact, he sent me an entire transphobic rant about how he doesn't like trans people and will not use their pronouns at all.
Girl,
Strike 2.
why are you still at that table? Oh my god.
Goodness gracious.
It's not that hard to use someone's pronouns. Like, people
For
that
real.
make a big deal about not using people's pronouns, like, you're just showing yourself up more than anything. It's not hard.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The other day we were talking about an upcoming campaign, and I expressed wanting to play a female character, and he didn't feel comfortable with it at all. He almost went into another rant, but I hung up before that could happen.
Good.
Oh man.
Oh, what was that? Sorry.
Additionally, he has had many big blow-ups at the table in front of everybody. Also, he's kind of misogynistic.
Who is this? How does he have players?
Right? He has had a history of making very poor taste jokes about women.
Ugh.
At least one of the 2 other women who have been in our group will attest to that. He also makes Nazi jokes a lot. Goodness gracious.
He's just ticking all the boxes.
He really is. What more could there be? When players, including myself, try to explain and defend our being distracted occasionally by explaining that we have ADHD, he just gets pissed and claims we're using it as an excuse. I'll admit that sometimes it is an excuse, but other times we're offering a genuine explanation, but he just gets mad and dismisses it regardless. I've got confusion with the rulings before, having taken something he said at the most literal and face value level. I am autistic, I think he knows. I asked for further clarification, and he simply keeps repeating the same statement to me over and over again with no attempt to clarify my misconception. We ended up having a private discussion later. on where he did clarify the thing I was confused about. However, he appeared angry with me, and he said, "Everyone else gets it." I think he thought I was faking my genuine confusion with the statement. In the end, I'm constantly walking on eggshells around him, just trying not to piss him off for simply existing. I've been debating leaving the group for a bit now, and I think this post might be the reason I finally do so. Thanks for the advice.
Oh my god.
So that's where the initial post ended.
Yeah.
The second edit now is them explaining why they're still with the group. Okay. Because a lot of people understand why the F are you still there?
Yeah, because the famous saying is no D&D is better than bad D&D. This is no D&D is better than awful fucking D&D.
Yes, for real. Yeah, you were in my mind. I was thinking the same exact thing. So edit number 2. Hello again. So there's a lot of people in the comments asking why I'm still playing at the table. So here goes. Basically, he's not been around much recently, so all the terrible things that he does have not been happening as of late, so I've kind of just enjoyed playing recently. However, he came back to playing more frequently, and it's just been on a slow decline ever since as well. This group has been kind of my only creative outlet for a while. That has changed now. I'm writing my own stuff, and I'm starting a new group with a different group of friends.
Good.
People I actually like, and people that share the same views as me on the world. You know, not Nazis, so yeah.
Not the Nazis, not them.
I kind of just stayed with this group because I don't want to start a fight by leaving, because I actually do like these people. Although I'm only close with 2 of them, that's really it. I want to try and take one of the people that I like and take them over to my other group, because I believe that they'd be really willing to do it. It's actually expressed it, so yeah, this is all that I've written with speech to text, so I apologize. Finally, the final edit coming later, they finally left the group. I said, I did it. I left the group. I just sent a message announcing my departure, and this post is linked at the end, so they might end up reading it, and if they do, I recommend they read the comments, the DM in particular. I think there's a lot to be learned from them. Also, peeps, don't out yourselves as members of the party, please. If you do, that's on you. So, wow.
That's a lot.
Wow. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
How long ago was this post done? Is that a new one or is it an old one? Bless you.
This is about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, so it's fresh.
Thank you. Yeah, kind of fresh. However, I don't know when they edited things. Probably a few days.
Yeah.
You know, or like the next day or two they edited. They don't say how long they were in the DM group for. That's always something I'm interested in knowing. But
I mean, it sounds like they were in for a while if they've had this amount of issues with this person.
Yes. And if the DM has had, you know, multiple rants or breakdowns in front of the group.
Yeah.
And, you know, Nazi jokes, telling them that, you know, you're trans, I'm not going to use your pronouns, I hate trans people. Could you imagine, like, sitting at a table and just someone outright saying, I hate you and your kind?
Just you specifically.
Yeah.
I mean,
anyway, roll a perception check.
Yeah, just like, oh, let's just go on with the game after my, you know, my rant. I don't know. I don't know whether I've got like a really short, like, you know, leash for these kind of things, but one thing and I'm just like, no, I'm away. You know, like, I understand people are different, and maybe this person was enjoying the company of other people and stuff like that, but if you can't respect, you know, the people that you're sitting playing with, how do you expect them to respect you as, you know, a dungeon master or another player?
Yes.
It's just, I don't know. It's so bizarre.
It is bizarre.
People have so much patience. That is what I'm discovering through these horror stories. Y'all are so patient and so forgiving. I'd be like, fuck off. Fuck me. Like, I'd be...
Right, and the fact that they were trying to genuinely make an effort, like they mentioned that they were autistic, and that there was a point where they just were not understanding something that the DM was saying, and they're taking it at face value, and the DM was just repeating the same words over and over, kind of like, you know, if there's an international person that you're trying to talk to, they don't speak English, and you just speak louder at them. It's kind of the same vibe, you know, instead of trying different words.
Yeah, because saying it slower and louder will definitely make all the difference, you know.
Right? So, oh my goodness, yeah, I feel for them. Also, just having a crybaby rule, honestly, I think the DM needed a crybaby rule because
Yeah.
the DM seems like more of a crybaby than the players at this point.
I've never heard of a crybaby rule before, ever. That just seems like something that this person's just made up and added in just to be an absolute dick. You know?
Absolutely. It is super cringe lordy. And then just the fact that, you know, a crybaby point that you can use at any time, and what does it do?
Nullify.
Nullifies your roll. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I'd be like, right, okay, so can we get the equivalent? You know, can we get you're a shite DM rule? Every time you make a Nazi joke, every time you call me by the wrong pronouns, I'm just gonna cash.
Yeah,
you know?
Give me advantage or I'll nullify your DM, right?
Oh, it sounds as if they were playing online though, because they said they hung up before they could go on.
Yes.
Like another rant or whatever.
But I'm happy OP is writing their own stuff, starting a new group, looking to run the game themselves. I think that's definitely a good step in the right direction, and
sometimes
hopefully they find fulfillment.
Sometimes you need this kind of experience to kind of point out, you know, the good and the bad kind of thing. Like, don't think of it as maybe like a wasted experience, because if anything, this experience has taught you what to look out for in the future, and you'll see the red flags as soon as they come up, and you'll be able to leave quicker, I suppose. So
absolutely.
So yeah,
absolutely. And additionally, or you can finish your thought.
No, I was just gonna say it's a horrible situation, but at least you've learned something from it.
Yes, and additionally, they can take this too to help them set ground rules in the future, right? Hey, no types of these jokes. Use my correct pronouns, and you know, respect everyone else's pronouns. You know, this is a space where everyone should feel welcome and have a good time and comfortable. You know, definitely they can use this to set session 0 rules, or just, you know, let the group know, hey, this is where I came from. I'm not dealing with that anymore.
Exactly.
If so, I'm out, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, you and I have had an experience with a player that we've had to have conversations round and basically been like, this is the line in the sand. This is what we won't accept as a group. And since then, you know, we've never had any issues. So it's even those situations can be hard, upsetting, annoying as well, really annoying. They are learning moments as well. So.
Yep. Awesome.
So
I don't know, crit or miss, Katie? How you want to dispense these out?
So I think the DM is obviously the biggest miss of all time. Like this guy reminds me.
They don't even get a D20.
No,
just 0.
This guy reminds me of Mark, but Mark with Nazi jokes added in, you know. So it's like Mark plus. Crit. I think the OP definitely deserves a crit for this, for putting up with that for so long, and then for finally stepping away and starting their own group as well.
Yeah. It seems like it's kind of just a wake-up moment, a wake-up call after posting it. And you know what? That sometimes that's just really, for folks out there that are kind of unsure about your group, or you think like, man, am I crazy for thinking this by myself? Like, just reach out to other group members or post it somewhere online, and you're gonna get other perspectives, and you're not gonna, you know, people will like think like, whoa, you're actually like in the right. Like, you are not in the wrong for thinking this way.
Yeah,
you know?
sometimes
so
if you're too close to something, it's hard for you to kind of like judge it, but outsider's perspective can be great.
Yes, exactly. Dang. Huh. Well, I wish them luck.
Yep.
Except for the DM. I hope he rots.
Oh, Paul, your dice melt.
Yes. Yes, and I hope you get all the paper cuts on the DM manual.
Yeah. But yeah, that's this episode of Crit or Miss, and we will be back with another one. What do you think? Next Wednesday, the Wednesday after that?
Let's do it next Wednesday. Let's do it.
We're doing it weekly?
Yes. Let's do it weekly.
Yes. Okie dokies.
Yes.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Sky. Enjoy, everyone, the rest of your time zone. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Much love. Thanks.